Hey guys, I realized that we're halfway through 2019 and I haven't done an income update or kind of talked about my goals personally and for the business. So I figured I'd do a video here and just kind of talk about those different things. If you guys don't know, my name's Lamar and I'm a 7-figure e-commerce seller. The beginning of this year, I set a goal for the company to do $1.5 million or more for this entire year. So looking at halfway through the year, we're just under $500,000 in revenue. We're coming up about $465,000 in revenue. The target was $525,000 in revenue by this time. So we're just under by a little bit. I'm still really happy with those results. I think we're gonna be able to make up that little bit of lost ground in the closing 6 months of this year and still be on track for right about $1.5 million in yearly revenue, which would just be about 100% year-over-year growth for the e-commerce business. So one interesting thing here that I wanted to discuss with you guys or share with you is that we're actually going to be cutting about 40% of our products. Many of these products were products that I launched early on when I was just first starting Amazon FBA. And it's important to note here also that we're not losing money on any of these products. They just don't have the margin, or they're not moving at a high enough volume for us to keep them on. A lot of my earlier products also had a lot of touch points within the supply chain. They were really complicated. Maybe we were sending them to the USA and we were doing packaging here in the USA. And now we've either shifted those supply chain parts out of the USA, or we're just completely cutting those products altogether. We also had a couple of products that we decided to cut that just didn't fit with the brand anymore. They were early products, again, that helped us get started, helped us generate revenue, helped us get initial traction, build up reviews on certain listings, or account feedback, but they're just not fitting with the brand anymore as the brands continue to develop. So being able to maintain or shoot for that 100% year-over-year growth is still super exciting, while at the same time we're cutting 40% of our products. So obviously you're asking, where is that growth coming from? Well, we're launching about 1 to 2 products every single month, and our existing products continue to just do better and better. We learn more about the markets. We learn how to package things a little bit differently. We're launching more SKUs that kind of help support those initial SKUs. So we're just getting better at selling on Amazon. Another great thing is that our margins now are stronger more than ever. And that's mainly due to the fact of we're tracking our listing, our SKU KPIs, or key performance indicators, on a weekly basis. We really have dove down into our cost structure and have really analyzed every little cost that has to do with every single product, SKU, shipping, Amazon fees, and really have a granular level detail our cost structure for every single one of our products. And that's really allowed us to get very specific on what our margin is and how it's changing on a week-by-week basis. If you guys don't know, I talk a lot about tracking your listing KPIs quite a bit within my course. If you guys haven't checked out my Amazon FBA course, I'll drop a link in the description below and you can check it out. But essentially, the fact that we're now tracking our weekly KPIs allows us to react to market conditions extremely quickly, whether that's price adjustment or PPC adjustment, or realizing that we're seeing a decline in a specific product over time and we need to renegotiate with suppliers or maybe change a factory. It's allowed us to react to the market conditions extremely fast, and that's due to us tracking our weekly KPIs every single week. Another thing that we've been doing over the past 6 months and are going to continue to do over the next 6 months is expand into more colors, styles, and different packaging types for our most popular products. So I was initially hesitant to do this because I was worried that we'd actually end up just stealing sales from our other main like parent listing on Amazon, and that we wouldn't actually be expanding the market or taking more of the overall market share of the category that we're in. However, we were able to successfully launch a new style on one of our main product categories. Now, launching this new style in comparison to our main style that sells our best seller, and our initial test shows that the sales are about 25% of what our main kind of style was. However, the margin is still really good, and it doesn't seem like it actually is stealing sales from our other main style option. So that's really encouraging, and it's helping us make decisions or allowing us to launch a lot more different color and style and packaging combinations within this niche. Because of this, it's also allowed us to build out new Amazon listings and just kind of create a wider catalog, which I've talked a lot about in previous YouTube videos. Whereas if we have a large product portfolio, we seem like a more established brand. We're giving our customers more of an option, and we're taking up more real estate within our niche if we are able to maintain, multiple Amazon product listing pages. One thing that we're kind of struggling with right now is deciding on what colors or what designs or patterns people want for their particular product. We've been surveying our customer base and mainly relying off of our own, kind of personal taste. However, we're also running small minimum order quantities on these new styles or on these new designs so that, we can get real feedback from the market through sales and kind of seeing which colors or which styles pick up greater traction, and then just reorder more of them. So I am a big proponent of doing the minimum order quantities or small minimum order quantities, and it's paying off because it's allowing us to test a lot of different styles like pretty quickly without putting up a lot of upfront capital, and then reordering based off of what the customers are actually purchasing. Over the next couple of months, we're also going to be looking into much larger markets. We have a really great foundation within the business. All of the team members are really strong, and we need to be punching higher. We need to be breaking into bigger product categories. So I'm really excited to kind of see how the company continues to evolve as we attack these larger markets. And we're gaining more confidence, so we need to be punching higher. We need to be breaking into these larger markets and really testing our capabilities, continuing to strive for more and get more experience in more competitive environments. Several months ago, we successfully launched on eBay and Etsy. As of right now, the sales haven't been very strong. Maybe one to a handful of sales per week. However, I do expect that to pick up, through the holiday season. But as of right now, it's just maybe a percentage point of our sales are going through both of those websites in comparison to Amazon. Even our Shopify stores are doing more sales than both Etsy and eBay combined. We've finally launched 3 new Facebook campaigns in attempt to drive sales directly to our Shopify website. We're launching 3 campaigns. One's a 15% off campaign. One's a buy one, get one free campaign. Another one is a free plus shipping campaign. These are Facebook ads that we've set up. We drive them through Facebook Messenger bots, and then we push them onto the website to complete their purchase. So these are 3 new campaigns that we're running pretty aggressively. It took us a couple months to get them up and running and all the other components with all the other stuff that we're going on, but that's finally been completed. So I'm going to be talking more about all that, Facebook bots, driving external traffic, whether that's to your website or to your Amazon through Facebook ads. So all that's pretty exciting, and a project that was completed within the past couple months. I wanted to give you guys also an inventory update. I don't know if you remember, but last year, about a year ago, Amazon was actually restricting the amount of inventory that we could send into Amazon fulfillment centers because our inventory performance index score was just too low. We had a really large issue on managing our inventory and how much inventory we were just storing in Amazon. Well, I'm happy to report that we've fixed a lot of those problems. We now have actually 2 warehouses out in California that store all of our products before we ship them into Amazon. So we ship them from China, they come in through the port, and then we put them in our third-party warehousing. And then from there, we ship pallets in from the warehouse into Amazon. And I'm happy to report that our inventory performance score is 444 on Amazon. So we're no longer restricted on inventory that we can send into Amazon. And I'm only paying less than 1% of total revenue in Amazon storage fees. So I'm like super happy about that. Of course, I've picked up some storage fees by using the third-party warehouse. However, the less money that I have to pay Amazon, I feel like is the better. Going off of inventory, the Trump tariffs kind of suck. I was paying 5% on some products, and now I'm paying close to 27-30% in tariffs or import duties. So we're going to be looking at ways to decrease the import duties. We'll either be raising prices and passing that on to the customer, or looking at other ways to reduce those costs, because like that is a massive additional cost that like we're now paying just to sell that product. So we're going to be looking at different alternative ways, whether that's moving suppliers or potentially just not selling that product at all. Staffing wise, we've added 2 new people to the team within the past 6 months. Both of them live and work out of the Philippines. The first one is responsible for all of our logistics. So managing the freight forwarders, managing the warehousing and the inventory control, and shipping from the warehouse into Amazon. That's been super helpful to have someone kind of just oversee that and kind of manage that process. And the second one is a designer and video editor that's just helping us with all the design related to our products and brands, but then also helping me edit these videos that I'm producing for you guys, just because it's like so time consuming for me to edit these videos. So that's been very helpful. I've also given my sister, who you guys know is helping me in the business, more of an operational role. So I'm basically trying to have her run the business and then have me only get involved for meetings or to make big decisions or get involved with like high level tasks. And therefore then I'm able to focus my attention on other things. Meanwhile, I'm essentially trying to set up the business so that it can run on its own without too much of my involvement. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my personal habits, and I actually think I'm going to be making a whole video just on habits, but I wanted to talk briefly about them right now. And then after I talk about my habits here, I wanted to talk about how I'm thinking about diversifying my income furthermore and starting new additional businesses. So for personal habits, I'm doing CrossFit 5 times a week so I can stay physically and mentally strong. I weigh about 190, 195 pounds right now, and I'm trying to reach about 210 pounds. I also started meditating at the beginning of this year, and that's mainly because my mind is constantly running all the time, and I needed a way, and I believe meditation is the way, but I needed a way to kind of quiet my mind, or just not have that constant like chatter that's going on. I needed to just like relax and be able to find something that allowed me to do that. And I think meditation has helped me quite a bit. I've been trying to do it every single day of the week, but realistically, I've probably been doing it 3 times a week on average. But I have been seeing some good results there, so I'm pretty excited, and I'm going to continue to meditate, and I'll reflect on that in videos to come. I've started reading the book, The Compound Effect, and if you guys haven't read this book, I would highly recommend it. I've always had, goals and kind of milestones written down, both personally and professionally for the business. But I just recently went back through all those goals and like updated them. And I have goals pretty much set out every 2 to 5 years up till age 70 for myself. I'll also might be making a video just on my goals so that I can help share them with you. And if it's something that you're interested in knowing about, definitely let me know in the comment section below. I've also started tracking my time so that I know how much time I'm dedicating to what activities I'm doing throughout my week. I'm pretty excited to share just those results with you as I continue to collect more data on just like what I'm doing with my time and how I'm going to be reallocating my time so that I can go after my goals a little bit more aggressively. There are a couple of good apps out there that I've been using or experimenting with just on tracking my time. And I think it'd be pretty interesting to make a video that kind of just details what I'm spending my time on throughout my day and sharing it with you guys. So I'll be for sure making a video, just about like what I'm doing, how I'm spending my day, and what activities I'm spending most time on. All right, so now let's transition a little bit here, and I'm going to talk about how I'm thinking about diversifying my income going into the next 6 to 12 months. As you guys know, I have a 7-figure e-commerce business. I also do consulting. That's with Amazon PPC and with just Amazon strategy and digital marketing strategy. So that's an additional income stream for myself. I started building this YouTube channel as a way to build my own personal brand. This has been like a very challenging project for myself. Getting in front of the camera, consistently producing content, and not just any content, but coming up with high quality content. The more followers I get, I feel like there's more pressure on me to continue to develop, better and better content for you guys. So that's been an ongoing, very challenging project. And I'm not exactly sure, what kind of business that this will turn into, if any at all. Right now, I'm just sharing this information with you guys so that you know that it is a potential for an income stream for myself in the future. Over the past 6 months, I've also completed my Amazon Launchpad FBA course. This is another huge project. It's over 15 hours worth of video content where I go through literally my step-by-step process for building a 7-figure Amazon FBA business. I really expose all of my strategies so that you can go out there and replicate my success. I've also gotten other requests or people asking me if I do consulting or if I can help them with their Amazon FBA business. Well, I did also want to mention that I spend several hours per week within the Inner Circle Mastermind. That's included when you join my Amazon FBA Launchpad course. It's literally like having me on your team. I'm in there helping people with problems that they're having, working through different strategies, helping them with questions that they have all along the process of building their Amazon FBA business. So if you are looking for direct access to me, that's the way you're going to get it. And the community's been, growing really strongly, and I think a lot of people are getting a lot of value, of course, out of the course, but also out of the mastermind. Last year was pretty much the first year that I started pulling a salary from the business, but this year the expected net profit is over $100,000. So I really need to be thinking about how I'm diversifying my income. I started to look into buying property within Philadelphia. My plan is to buy a 2-3 bedroom apartment building, an apartment that I can basically live and work out of, and then I'm going to be renting out the other 2 apartments. And I hope to be able to do that within the next 6 to 9, maybe 12 months. And then I'm going to continue to acquire real estate. I do think real estate is a good, worthwhile investment, especially for the renting possibility. So I'm hoping to be able to close a property within the next 6 to 9 months. I'm also planning to open an IRA account so that I can start making deposits into mutual funds and start diversifying my income that way. Apparently there's also some pretty good tax advantages that I can do when I invest in an IRA, and I'm going to be talking to my CPA within the next couple of days, just like trying to figure that out. If I learn anything there, I'll share it with you guys. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much a full recap of the first 6 months of 2019. It's kind of an income update, and I'll touch a little bit about my personal goals, my personal habits there. if you guys enjoyed, knowing about this or having me share this type of information with you, please give me a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe to the channel or drop a comment in the comment section below. I'm still trying to figure out what content people like and want to know about. So if you guys could give me some kind of indication on, what you're interested in learning more about, I'm all ears and I'll be producing more content going into the future. So without further ado, guys, I'll see you on the next video, and I'm off to CrossFit. Peace.